Give me a second. Sorry about that. Bienvenidos, damas y caballeros, soldados y vuestros mercedes. I'm your host, Spanish Galleon, and today we will be today we will be working on the aforementioned gains video. I did a bit of rearranging, so the setup is a bit different, but as you can see, Kino. Let me try to get rid of this. That's probably the best I could do at the moment. So let me window capture. See, what are we going to do? There you go. We will be working on the gains video as always. We'll be looking at the sources. I'm still, as you remember from the past weekend, can I move this? No. Yeah, there you go. As you remember from the last weekend, or this past weekend, I tried to build a game PC and it didn't work. So the parts I need for that are on their way. So yeah, they'll be here soon. I guess it can't be helped. So in the meantime, I'm not going to be playing games this week, and next week I'll be busy. So apart from next Monday, I won't be streaming. So the games video is what I thought I could get away with. So let us get away with it. Where we last left off, I had just reached 66 BC. I'm almost there. Kind of. I have 12, maybe, families left. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Lepidi, 2 Bukai, yeah, and 1 Scouty. So about like 10 people left, give or take. So I'm at 66 BC with one of them, Marcus Aemilius Lepidus. So let us continue. Cicero, Catiline, 1.15. How's everyone doing today? I hope we're all doing well. I'm doing well. I have received something beautiful. I showed you guys this Saturday, but I received the flag that I ordered, and oh my gosh, it's not the highest quality, but like, I made the right choice. I really made the right choice. Okay, so Cataline is someone else. So Kikaro mentions him, but it's only as like in the time of oops. Okay, that's one done. Catalina Sallust, Catalina 18-2. This is gonna be really difficult. This is gonna be really difficult when I have to record this, because if I'm not mistaken, I have. Oh, I don't remember actually. What was the last video I did? The last games video I did. Part 2? Really? No. A part 2 to the gains video? No, this has to be. I'm getting jolted here. Oh, wow. Pappus barbula reguli. Pappus barbula reguli? Pappus barbula reguli. Yeah, so I had to do the Pauli and the Lepidi. So that's 2 individual ones right there. The Lepidi are forever. So I'm probably do the Pauli and the Scoury together. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. Sallust 18-2. Now, even before that time, a few men conspired against the government. Among them was Catiline. Of that affair I shall give as true an account as I am able. In the consulship of Lucius Tullus and Manius Lepidus, the consuls elect Publius Autrinius and Publius Sulla were arraigned under the law against bribery and paid the penalties. They called him Manius, but I doubt. I mean, Manius, Marcus. I'm just tired at this point. No, 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 no. Whoa, 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 Lois. I hate when I do that. Overwrite mode. I don't even know what that is. Okay, Salas tell us Macrobius. So Salas just mentions him. Nothing happens. He's just there. That must suck. Like you nothing of note happens during your consulship, but on the last day, some guy is accused of trying to overthrow the government. That's funny. Ascon 59C. Ascon. Ascon. Oh, I hope we're all doing good. I ordered the parts for the part I needed, which is the motherboard for the gaming PC. It's a bit on the cheaper side, sadly, but it has 3 M.2 slides. Although I hear that the SATA drives aren't that well. We'll see. We'll see if that's true or not. Asconius commentaries on the 5 speeches of Cicero. Can I even get all of them? No, I can't. Can I go to the Latin text of them? 59C? Oh my gosh, what is that? Okay, Lepido. Lepidum. That's 19. And this is Proscaro. Okay. There's a Buka. Aemilius. Okay, maybe it's Pro Melone. 59. Maybe it's Pro Cornelio. 57. 59. Tum Cornelius ita ferre russus coepitne quis in senatu blah blah blah. Cornelius sequenti diendi anno lepidi Lucius Vulcani cos quo praetor Cicero fuit. Okay, again. He's just mentioning, and this is Pro Cornelio. So this is Ascon. What's his name? Asconius. Pro Cornelio. 59. So, et cetera. Et cetera. And then translate. But judging from this translation, or what I can translate, he's just describing that in the year of. Which I'm sure refers to, drumroll please, the Catalan conspiracy. Yeah. On Lepida, see Asconius 9. The chronography of 354 Cassius Dio. I think we are due for Cassius Dio next. Nope. Diodorus. No, Dio Cassius. Yes, Roman history. Online or Greek translation. Cassius Dio. 36, I believe, right? 36, 42, 3. 36. 36. 42. 3. There you go. The Senate learned of it immediately on the following day, the first of the month, the day on which Lucius Tullius and Aemilius Lepidus entered upon their consulship and rejected its law. Okay, so 42 in context is Roscius likewise introduced the law, and so did Gaius Manilius at the time when the latter was a tribune. The former received some praise for this, which marked off sharply the seats of the knights in the theaters from the other locations, but Manilius came near to having to stand trial. He had granted the class of freedmen the right to vote on those who had freed them. This he did on the very last day of the year toward evening, after suborning some of the populace. The Senate learned of it immediately on the following day, the first of the month, on the day of which Lucius Tullius and Aemilius Lepidus entered upon their consulship and rejected its law. He then, in fear, because the plebs were terribly angry at first, ascribed the idea to Crassus and some others, but no one believed him. He paid court to Pompey, even in the latter's absence, especially because he knew that Gabinius had the greatest influence with him. He went so far as to offer him command against the Tigranes, and that against Mithridates, and the governorship of Bithynia and Cilicia at the same time. Some guy tried to let freed slaves vote on freed slaves. Oh no, he tried to give the right to vote to freed slaves. Yes. This was Dio. Roman history. What is this? 36. 42. At Ketera. Also, I have this terrible habit where I bite my nails, and sometimes I have to cut them really short, and so they hurt, which sucks. Which very much sucks. I've also been playing Kenshi a lot more lately, so that's fun. I'm gonna write that down. During his first consulship, Aemilius was there when a previous magistrate's law to give suffrage to freed slaves was repealed by the Senate. That's one. Chronography of 385 I have. What? I forget what year this would be. 688 AUC. 688. Lepido et Tullo. Sol Invictus. Sol Invictus. Sol Invictus. Pornography. 354. Ooh. Hello there. Hello. Okay, that's one. Fasti Hidatias. Forget is that. Fasti Consularis, probably. No. Hidatius is its own separate one. Fasti, if I'm not mistaken, refers to a list. I mean, this is what I'm getting. Anyway. Oh, interesting. The Fasti tells us here. No, it's Kaiser. Or no. The out of two were made out of one, and Tullo's colleague was Lepidus. Interesting. Interesting. Even the ancient sources don't agree. Very interesting. Very intriguing. Very intriguing. Cassiodorus on Lepidus. I don't. How would I know? How would I know? The Chronica of Cassiodorus. 688 from Galen, because he's Galen. Reges Romani, Hinc Consules. Where is Lepidi Kaiser? Lepidus et Vulcanus. Yeah. Okay, Cassiodorus. Chronica. Oh my gosh, no. No. Okay. Ascanius 79 and Alcatius 28. He refused to accept the candidacy of Catiline for the consulship of 685. Is that it? Was that anyone else? Cicero. I'm not a big fan of Cicero. Scaurus, who's a quaestor. T64 per magistrates and note 7. Okay. Will do. Let me get Ascanius again. Julius Caesar. Kaiser. Ascanius commentaries. I have to get the Latin text though. Pretty sure it's Corneli. Or is it Intoga Candida? 79. 78, 79. Lucas Rexinius Otto Biennio ante confirmavit in theatra at equitibus Romanis 14 Ordines, Bectandi, Memoria, Teno, Skikero, Luculum et Marcum lepidum significat. Okay. I no 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 no. At Ketera. I don't know what it's saying right here. At Ketera. Okay. Oh no. Don't cry, baby girl. Don't cry, baby girl. Come home, baby girl. Come home, baby girl. Okay. Nope. Wrong one again. What is wrong with me? This one. And translate. Awesome. Okay. Also, how do you guys like the new setup? Is it too much, maybe? Right, more centered. This is the Battle of Honan Court right behind me. I would have Momorin or Chui behind me, but for now, no. Just Honan Court is okay. Which, let me give you some brief facts about the Battle of Honan Court. Battle of Honan Court took place on 26th of May 1642 during the 1635 to 1659 Franco-Spanish War. The Spanish army led by Francisco de Melo defeated and it largely destroyed a French force under the Comte de Guiche. While the bulk of French forces committed the siege of Perpignan in Catalonia, Melo launched an offensive into Artois, then part of the Spanish Netherlands. After retaking Lens and La Bassée, in early May, he moved to attack Guiche's, quote, army of Champagne, end quote, near Honnecourt-sous-Escaut. Guiche placed his troops in a strong position, but they proved no match for the veteran army of Flanders, and both wings collapsed after 7 hours of fighting, with their retreat blocked by the river Scheldt directly behind them, and only one bridge. Most of the French were either killed or captured. Guiche was one of the last to leave the battlefield, and only 1,600 of his troops escaped. One of the relatively few decisive victories in a war of attrition that lasted 24 years, the result was great euphoria by the Spanish court and caused panic in Paris, which seemed open to the Franco-Spanish invasion. Instead, Melo moved to confront a Franco-Dutch offensive in the Rhineland, and the battle ultimately changed little. Still a Spanish victory, nonetheless. Honnecourt, where is that? There's Scheldt. Well, that's just south. It's on the road between Cambrai and Saint-Quentin and Champagne and Artois. The motherland, if you will. The motherland. This is where we need... This is where we descendants of the Spanish need to retake. We need to retake northeastern France from the French because they don't deserve it. From basically, there's like a line from Reims through Reims to the Channel. So from Freiburg in Breslau in Germany, just south of Nancy, Reims, Amiens, to the sea. That should everything north of that should be Spanish. Anyway, so that's what's behind me. I don't know what this reads as. What I just found. I might need to just Google Translate it real quick. Cliff Davis has passed, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry if you were a big Cliff Davis fan. He means Marcus Lucullus and Marcus Lepidus for 5 consulars. For 5 consuls, as we have said, gave testimony against Cornelius, Quintus, Catulus, Hortensius, Metellus, Pontificum. What? Basically, okay, thank you. It says that they were part. Who are these witnesses of hesitation in him? I will tell you, there are 2 left of the consulars, enemies of the tribunician power. Besides, a few of their supporters and followers follow. So apparently, from what I can make of this, okay, I gotta go back another page. I remember that when the senators and Roman knights were judging by the law of Plautia, they argued the case of Gnaeus Pompeius, a man who was highly odious to the gods and nobility, then under the Varian law, or the Varia law. Marcus Plautius Silvanus, tribune of the plebs, in the 2nd year of the Italian War, when the equestrian order was dominant in the courts, passed a law with the assistance of the nobles, which law had the force that Cicero signifies. For by that law, each tribe elected 5 of its numbered by vote to judge that year. From this, it came about that the senators were also included in that number, and that some also from the plebs themselves. So there is a law that allowed poor people, that allowed the tribes of Rome, to choose judges. Okay. How does this relate to Lepidol? Like, seriously. Is it in him who these witnesses of hesitation? Okay, no, they're completely different. I have no idea how to relate that. Okay, so during his first consulship, it looks like that's all on Lepidus. There was a previous magistrate's law to give suffrage to freed slaves. Aemilius may have also served as a witness of testimony, but the source is not complete. The major event occurred on the last few days of Aemilius' consulship. That of the, quote, Catiline conspiracy, end quote. Apart from that, nothing major occurred. Okay, that is the 66 Consul Lepidus done. They shouldn't be anymore. And now we have a Scouty, so I have to make another one. Dang, this Scouty. Marcus Aemilius Scotus. To be determined. This man. Oh, who's this? Yeah, this scout has did so much. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Don't know. Oh, what was I gonna write? This man was blank for the year and held the other offices of Quaestor and Proquaestor and etc. Okay. During the year 688 AUC 66 B. Oh, you know what I learned? When you hit caps lock, only the letters will be capitalized, but something will say the number keys or the other buttons. Those will not change. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I learned that maybe like a month ago, so that's so weird. I forget I don't use commas or periods. Aemilius most likely held the office of Quaestor as the following. He would be a pro-magistrate. That's all I have to say for him for now. For now. C64, the year, not the page. Hope. C64, pro-magistrates, note 7. Domitius Ahenobarbus. Okay, so that is another Aemili done. Wow. Pompeius Magnus. I am not looking forward to the Pompeys because there's so much to write about. Cotta, yeah, Consuli, Cornelius Sulla, Another one. Atronius. Manlius. Kensor. Lincinius Crassus. The Lincinius Crassus? No. Atias. Gallus. Lincinius Mura. Orbis. Sulpicius. Oh, I also have to buy a couple games. Blasphemous 2, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to play Blasphemous 2. We're not going to connect it. Well. No, I won't be able to complete it, but we'll get Blasphemous and Expeditions Viking because they're on sale right now, are they not? I mean, I'm still recording. Yeah. They are on sale right this second. Yes, $5.99. Pretty good. And Blasphemous is like $7. No. No. Blasphemous 2 is still on sale. I know it is. Yes, Blasphemous 2 is still on sale. The Steam machine is here? Sign up now. $10.49. $1,000 for the Steam machine. And it's not even on sale. You know, I was gonna say I'm pretty surprised. I would have sworn that they were not gonna sell it by the end of the summer. But hey. But yeah, I gotta buy. Ooh, I gotta buy that the Blasphemous and oh my gosh, what was it called? Expeditions Vikings, and then the next game we'll play is Expeditions Vikings. So let's look up that. Oh, I also saw another game. I want to wishlist it. It's called Chronicle Medieval. It looks awesome. It looks awesome. Yes. Chronicles Medieval. It looks really good. It's like Mountain Blade almost. So I got hyped for the trailer. Anyway. Where were we? Right. Kaiser. C66 Questars in 60. Note 7. Where is Note 7? There is no Note 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is no Note 7. Okay, what we have to do is we have to look up Pompey and see. Booyah. So we'll go through Pompey. So Plutarch. Ooh, earthquake. Ooh. Wrong Aemilius. Pompey. Lucullus, maybe? Let me look up Lucullus as well, because his story is intertwined with this. Nope. Okay, not in Lucullus. He married Aemilia, the stepdaughter of Sulla. Aemilia, she had marriage with another man. Okay. Ooh, okay, so Aemilia, who Metella had borne to Scaurus. So then, when Sulla had made himself master of Italy and been proclaimed dictator, he sought to reward the rest of his officers and generals by making them rich and advancing them to office and gratifying without reserve or stint their several requests. But since he admired Pompey for his high qualities and thought him a great help in his administration of affairs, he was anxious to attach to himself by some sort of marriage alliance. His wife Metella, so Sulla's wife Metella, shared his wishes, and together they persuaded Pompey to divorce Antistia and marry Aemilia, the stepdaughter of Sulla, whom Metella had borne to Scaurus, and who was living with a husband already and was with a child with him at this time. Okay. Which Scaurus? Because Scaurus is a quaestor, and this is the time of Sulla, which is in the late 70s. And he's fixing it. In order to be a quaestor, you had to be 35. It's not impossible. But wait another 10 years. I need to look up the cursus on Morum again. On Rome. Quaestor, at least 30 years old to be a quaestor. So you had to be a tribune of the plebs, or an aedile, a curiae aedile, a praetor, or a consul. A master of the horse. A master of the horse. So 30 years old. So Sulla had just won the civil war, and he's imposing this. So 30 years old. Consul 115, Censor, no, too old. Praetor in 56. How old do you have to be a praetor? 39, 40. So if he's... when does he become a praetor? 56. If he's 40, 56... and in 66, he's 30. So it is this one. Makes sense. I mean, the only other one we have is the other one. The consul in 115. And to be consul, you had to be 42. So let's say 45. 45 and 115. Yeah, chief. You're not making another 40 years. You'd be 80 years old. How would you have a wife at 80 years old? Anyway. So you could be a senatorial tribune or a plebeian tribune. And a quaestor, and a praetor, proquaestor, curule idol, a tribune of the plebes, plebeian idol, and praetor, propraetor, consul, proconsul, dictator. Yeah. I would like to be an idol. I think an idol is, yeah. Okay. So it has to be him. Who Metella had born to Scaurus. So Metella, his wife Metella. So Sulla's wife Metella. Sulla Metella had Pompey divorce his wife and marry Aemilia, the stepdaughter of Sulla, whom Metella had born to Scaurus. Who? Ooh, okay, so Scaurus, Metella, Sulla. So I'm guessing Scaurus had to be put to pasture, or he was forced to divorce Metella. I gotta look this up. His sister. Oh. No. Oh. So Aemilia and Scaurus, Aemilia and Aemilius are siblings. And Sulla, because his father died, and Sulla moved in after. Oh my gosh. Dog, no. Don't do this. No. Wow. Roman Republic. I'm not a bot. I'm pretty sure I'm not a bot. How long are we going for? An hour? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, but it doesn't say. Oh, great. Yeah. Good one. I gotta figure it out. Oh, but that's interesting. Okay. Sorry. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh, that's. Oh. Well, I mean, it's not bad. Note: Aemilia's sister was married No. Aemilius' mother, Metella, married Metella. I think it's Metella. Yeah, Metella. Married Sulla. And his sister, Aemilia, was forced to marry Pompey. Ew. Ooh. I don't know how I'd feel. Like, okay, to be fair, Metella was probably like in her 20s, and our homeboy was already in his 50s or something. So, it makes sense that she moves on, but like, come on. Okay. What is this 9? Also, I realized gonna I'm gonna make mention of some of the females, but not all of them, simply because I don't get a whole lot of information on them. Okay. Oh, that's. Ugh. I don't know how I'd feel about that if my sister was forced to marry my stepfather's favorite general. Wow. Okay. Appian Mithridates. Appian. I'm gonna go get water real soon. So I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, hello. I am back. Um, Pompey overtakes. Okay, let's go with Pompey's invested with command. Let's find. He assigned Marcus Pompeius to the Gallic Pomponius. Okay. Praetor, Gnaeus, Lentulus, Greek islands. He was supposed to get Syria, I believe. Sorry. Okay. Appian is a no-go. I just cannot find him. Well, I mean... So 14, 15, 16. So he's not in 14. Or I guess 19. Where's the next one? Is he in 20? Nope. 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 Is he in 21? Nope. He intended to take away the kingdom of Macares, his ungrateful son, and confront the Romans once more, wage war against them from the side of Europe, while they were in Asia, and to put between them as a dividing line the strait, which is believed to have been called the Bosphorus because Io swam across it when she was chained to a cow and fled the jealousy of Hera. Gotta love these ancient sources. Such was the chimerical undertaking of that Mithridates was now set about. He imagined, nevertheless, that he should accomplish it. He pushed on through strange and warlike Scythian tribes, partly by permission, partly by force. For although a fugitive and in misfortune, he was still respected and feared. He passed through the country of the Heniochi, who received him willingly. The Achaeans, who resisted him, he put to flight. These, it is said, when returning from the siege of Troy, were driven by storm into the Euxine Sea, underwent great sufferings there at the hands of the barbarians because they were Greeks. And when they sent to their home for ships, and their request was disregarded, they conceived such a hatred for the Greek race that whenever they captured any Greeks, they immolated them, Scythian fashion. Wow. Okay, 21. Or 22. 21 is a bust. 22 is a bust. 23. 23. Nope. 23 is a bust. 24. Besides the Albanians, Eastern Iberians. What was I gonna look up? Nope. No. Okay. Yep. Appian is a bust. I can't just take hearsay. You know, I can't take just hearsay, but I don't have any proof, and I don't really want to look through all this. Cassius Dio. No, I just looked up Cassius Dio. He's just gonna list them out. Well, Diodorus Siculus. No. Dionysius of Halicarnassus. No. Of Sidon. Diogenes. Oh yeah, Cassius Dio. No, not the Greek. Not the Greek text. Oh my gosh. Oh, Cassius Dio. 37. 37. 37. The Mithridatic Wars. No. Scattered. Escape. Scale. Etruscans. Escape. Confiscated. Escape. Scattered. Escaped. Escaped. Scattered. Okay. Marticus. Bibulus. No. Cicero. No. Cato. No. Petreius. No. Piso. No. Messala. No. Bibulus. No. Okay. It is not Dio. By the time we get to Caesar, it's far too late. I mean, not entirely, given that he's going to be Praetor in 56. Sorry, I don't know why I put 52. I don't know why I put 56. Then that's the time Kaiser's in Gaul. So no, it's not Dio. Cicero, Mercia? Ow. What is that? Murena? Oh my gosh. 34. Ah. Scaurus. Although there's another Aemilius. Oh, the consul. Your father was only a knight. Okay, I found one. It's the Aventine. Murena. Your high birth, however, Servius Sulpicius. Your father was only a knight, so Servius's father was only a knight. His grandfather was not known. He is not remembered as a recent topic, but has to be dug out of the ancient registers. For this reason, I've always reckoned you to belong to the same class of public men as myself, because it was due to your own worth and energy that though only the son of a Roman knight, you'd still be the highest public distinctions, and I have ever recognized as much worth in Quintus Pompeius a self-made man, most gallant gentleman, as in the highborn Marcus Aemilius. For surely it shows precisely the same practical intellectual ability to leave one's children as Pompeius did, a name more distinguished than which he inherited, and to revive as Socrates did. Scaurus did by his personal worth, the almost extinct reputation of the ancient family. I can get behind that. Oh. $16. So we know that Scaurus, according to Cicero, revived his family name if he was active in the 60s and his father died early 80s, late 90s. So about 25 years have passed since the Scauri had any prominence. Okay, that makes sense. So that's one. Who supposed? There's nothing more inconsistent than the public mind, nothing more unpredictable than human favorite, nothing less to be relied on than the whole system of popular election. Who supposed that Lucius Philippus, with his great ability, wealth, popularity, and rank, could be defeated by Marcus Herennius, that Quintus Catullus, whose culture, wisdom, and probity were preeminent, could be defeated by Gnaeus Manlius, that the most dignified of men, that exceptional citizen, that most gallant of senators, Marcus Scaurus, could be defeated by Quintus Maximus. Okay, so this is foreshadowing something apparently that's in Aemilius, Marcus Aemilius Scaurus' future, is that he gets defeated in the consulship. Okay. Cicero was good. Louis Parrochia. I have that on personal standby. $101. Yeah. Gnaeus Pompeius defeated or made Mithridates in the night flee across the Bosphorus. What? He also defeated the Albanians? Well, yeah, of course he defeated the Albanians. I forget. I'm looking at Pompey's stuff and I'm trying to find Scaurus. Duh, I don't find him. It doesn't mention him. Strabo. 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 Strabo was which one? 11. 11. Okay, 11, but what? 4? 4. 11, for Asia. Albania? Oh my gosh. Um, oh, the Albanians are surpassingly respectful to old age, not merely to their parents, but to all other old people. And when people die, it is impious to be concerned about them or even to mention them. Indeed, they bury their money with them and therefore live in poverty, having no patrimony. Such for the Albanians. It is said that Jason, together with Armenis the Thessalian, on his voyage to the country of the Col- Col- Colchians, pressed on from there as far as the Caspian Sea and visited not only Iberia and Albania, but also many parts of Armenia and Media, as both the Jasonia and several other memorials testify. And it is said that Armenis was a native of Armenium, one of the cities on the lake of Boebius between Farah and Larissa, and that he and his followers took up a boat somewhere. Indeed, that Armenia is named after him. Okay. Okay, not Strabo. Floris. And then Justin. Floris is what? Book 1, chapter 40. Yes. Couscous. Kiskus. The Jews. The Jews. The Jews attempted to defend Jerusalem. Okay, so Floris is a bust as well. Justin, 42. Justin, 42. There's Pompeius Trogus, and then there's Digesta. So I'm gonna look at both of them. What? Oh. Oops. Was it Justin 42, right? You know, I have a sneaking suspicion it's the first one that has 42. Skyula. Marcus. The Divine Marcus. The Divine Marcus. Okay, no, it's not here. I see. Marcus Attilius Regulus. No. No, not in Diustin. Altorus Williba. I have him, don't I? Odysseus. Alcidamas. Odysseus. Arcturus Ulystribus. Alctor. What is it? Auctor. Yeah, I think it is this one. Oh no, it's Victor, is it not? Aurelius Victor, C. Wict, yes. Oops. Aurelius Victor, yeah. De Viris Illustribus. Yeah. What am I looking for? 77, 6. 77, 6. Gnaeus Pompeius. Yeah, it seems like Pompey just went all out, chimped all out to defeat the Asians. Oh my gosh. Septimus. Okay. It's not in. Oh, this is Greek. Oh, it's Greek. Oh my gosh. Odysseus. Okay. Eutropius. I have a feeling I'm just not gonna see it. Okay. Whether or not this is factual, it does line up with what other confirmed sources speak of, either implicitly or explicitly. Aemilius is said to have served under Pompeius during this time. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to do for today. I'm kind of tired. Again? Oh, Pro Magistrates. Now I find him. But I already made up my mind. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I'll probably continue this work stream thing Wednesday as well. And then Saturday, hopefully we can then do the thing, the PC building stream. Again, this time hopefully it'll work. But as always, I've been your host, Spanish Galleon. Thanks so much for joining. Apologies if this was a bit of a more lazier episode. I hope you liked the new setup. And as always, Viva Cristo Rey, arriba Soledad, adelante hispanos. Adiós, vosotros todos.